Welcome to the Monkey Duck. My name is Jenny Reynolds, and this is Curtis McMurtry.
Thanks for being here, in person or virtually.
If you can't be here with us at the Monkey Duck, please go to McGonagals.com. Scroll down and you'll find the YouTube link, and I think between YouTube and McGonagals.com you'll find the live stream. I'm going to start things off with a song called Never Let Him Go. She's still wearing her high school ring. He left town 9 months in. She had a girl, cried her tears. He's been gone 15 years. He's gone, but she'll never let him go. Each day comes like the one before. She's thinking about him more and more. He took her out 'cause he was bored, stole her love in a brand new Ford. He's gone, but she'll never let him go. She breaks down and wonders where he is. Remembers every word he said and every kiss. This is her life, there go those years. Each new day the same old fears. He's gone, but she'll never let him go. He knows that she had his little girl. He knows that they brought a life into this great big world. But he don't know her face, he don't know her name. She's on his mind just the same. He's gone, but she'll never let him go. He's gone, but she'll never let him go. Thanks.
I really like that line in that one. Stole her love in a brand new Ford. Like,
Thank you.
Delightful. Yeah. Fun one.
It was one of those edited lines where it used to be like...
What did he steal?
It used to be flat black Ford, and yeah, it just didn't work.
I like brand new.
Thank you.
This song's called Loves Me More. Vocal might be a little hot. I heard it squeal at me for a second. Some would say I crossed a line. She put her lips up next to mine, and right then I forgot you were my friend. I did it for myself, you know. I never meant to hurt you so, but I can't say I won't do it again. Ah, brother, don't you get so sore. I never meant to start a war. It's not my fault she loves me more than you. It's not a race unless I win. I know where her mouth has been. Believe me when I tell you I don't care. And anyway, she came to me. I never made her do a thing. You're a grown man now. It's time you learn to share. Ah, brother, don't you get so sore. I never meant to start a war. It's not my fault she loves me more than you. Well, I understand you're angry, but I don't want to fight you. You knew I was a snake, so of course I'm gonna bite you. There's too many things to try between the soil and the sky. No one could ever keep me in a cage. You're not the only one I've wronged. I don't know what side I'm on, but you should know by now that I won't change. Ah, sister, don't you get so sore. I never meant to start a war. It's not my fault he loves me more than you. It is not my fault he loves me more than you. It's not my fault he loves me more than you. Started off on a mischievous note.
So you guys know that book of lyrics that I think the book is it's a book about misquoted lyrics. So I think it's called something like "Excuse me while I kiss,
While I
this,
kiss
guy.
this guy.
Yeah, and there could be like volume 20 of this, you know. So I'm gonna this next song. If I don't pronounce the words carefully, you're gonna think the song is called "The Way to UT," as in like the University of Texas. And since I live in Austin, you know, it would make sense that maybe I would write a song about, well, how do you get to UT? But I didn't. So if anyone's writing another volume of that book, I'm going to submit the following song. And because I like you, I'm going to tell you that the name of the song is The Way That You Tease. And I should probably warn you, most of my songs are sad, but this one isn't. I don't know how it happened. Is that the way that you whisper? I can't tell, I believe. Something in the way that you linger, or is that the way that you tease? A certain expression, the way you're looking at me. A girl could get the impression, is that the way that you tease? The day's long gone and the bar's gonna close. Did I read you wrong? Imagine it all. Maybe it's something God only knows. Some people think they are different. They got a lot I don't need. There could be a lot to this moment if I fell for the way that you tease. You raise my hopes, wind me up to let go. And if I say no, where are we then? Is it will you, won't you? God only knows. I wanna wake in the morning and know the way that you breathe. Give me a sign or a warning, or is that the way that you tease? what you want, but don't hurry. I might like the way that you tease. There's will in a whisper, and I still got a chance, I believe. Take it slow, but don't dither. Might like the way that you tease. Take it slow, but don't dither. Might like the way that you tease.
I feel like dither is a really hard word to use in a song. You pulled it off magnificently.
It was a first. Thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah. Maybe that one won't wind up in the book, but
The dither part, or
yeah, the other part
the could be slither.
could be.
I was thinking it could be the waitress you cheese or that waitress you tease.
Sure.
Could almost.
Sure. There's really a whole lot of possibilities with that song, you know. And then bring in the whole dithering thing, and it could just go crazy.
I follow a lot of people from other countries that like Western swing on Instagram. And there's an Italian fellow who does some Western swing songs. And I love hearing him do Bob Wills stuff with the Italian accent. I'm not going to do an impression of it, but it's splendid. I think I actually could use a touch more vocal now, and maybe it won't squeal at me this time, but we'll see. Despite being noble, you always were sad as a dog that can't find its way home. But I saw you smile back when you were a boy. Promised that I'd never leave you alone. We spent the summer at Eleanor's house, fishing for minnows and making up words. I broke a jar of honey on the kitchen floor, and your grandmother smiled ever so politely. I wanted to cry, but not around you. And I can't remember the things that we used to pretend in those days. But I hope that wherever you are, I'm on your mind always. And some say I'm wasting my time here by the windowsill. But I never knew better, and I don't think that I ever will. And I can't remember the things that we used to pretend in those days. But I hope that wherever you are, I'm on your mind always. And Some say I'm wasting my time here by the windowsill. But I never knew better, and I don't think that I ever will. My sister was chasing your grandmother's cat. Your brothers were building a house out of sticks, and us in the attic learning about lips. And you said you loved me, or something silly like that. And all my new friends are no friends at all, and they don't run around in the wind. And I still miss you like nobody's business, and I don't know how long it's been since we held hands down at Eleanor's house. And I promised never to leave you alone, and despite being noble, you always were sad as a dog that can't find its way home. Thanks.
So I have a dog, and I just want you to know that that thought about not being able to find its way home is really resonating right now. And so also, management here at the Mucky Duck asked us to submit our song titles before, or well, we're going to submit them after, but we had to come up with our set list before. And sometimes when you do these song swaps, it's kind of fun to let Curtis's choice influence my choice, and maybe my choice influence Curtis's choice, you know, and so you kind of erase that possibility when you have to do everything ahead of time. And except that you mentioned honey. Did you really drop a jar of honey on the floor?
Oh, all my songs are lies to some extent, but yes, I have dropped a jar of honey on the floor. But I don't. So usually I don't like explaining where the layers of the lies are, but that's. The house in that place is real, and I filled it with mostly fictional people.
Okay. Well, you can still be a liar. I just have honey in this song too, so I was like, dang.
Nice.
Because like there
Through
we have
line.
like a nice segue, right? Yeah. It's like you had honey, I got honey. There's like honey everywhere, right?
I'll try and pivot to like an agave or a pure cane substance afterwards.
Sure, yeah, okay. Yeah, there's honey in this song, but actually the only word that's not in the song is probably the title. This is called Exhale. Lonely aging woman says her troubles come in threes, and every time she gets to two, she prays the rosary. Days turn into months, punch a clock, pay your bills. And one day she decided to forget to take her pills, and for every ounce of worry and all that she believes, she never felt the glory of the sound of the wind blowing through the leaves. For all that breathing in Don't you wanna let it out somehow? For all that breathing in. Don't you wanna let it out somehow? He's up against her bumper. He can tell she knows he's there. She's got bad eyes, but he wants to fly, and he really don't care. He works rotating tires, sweaty shirt and greasy hands. He's hot and tired, and he ain't wired to give a goddamn. His radio's rocking, she slows to make the curve. And people on the sidewalk say he never even swerved. He just flew through the air. For all that breathing in. Don't you wanna let it out somehow? For all that breathing in. Don't you wanna let it out somehow? Well, I work and fight, I try to meet the plans I made. I make every destination just in time to wish I'd stayed. Where I can't stop the motion, feel the earth, smell the wind. Things are never over when I want them to begin. Taste the sweetest honey, the salt from every tear, hanging on to stories that echo in my ears so they won't fade. For all that breathing in. Don't you wanna let it out somehow? For all that breathing in. Don't you wanna let it out somehow? Taste the sweetest honey and the salt from every tear, hanging on to stories that echo in my ears so they won't fade. For all that breathing in. Don't you wanna let it out somehow? For all that breathing in. Don't you wanna let it out somehow? All that breathing in. Don't you wanna let it out somehow? For all that breathing in. Don't you wanna let it out?
That was the honey.
I did caught the honey, yeah. I was waiting for it, but I do find with your songs that I get floored really early on by a line that I like a lot, and then I kick myself because I know that in like recognizing how much I like the line, I've missed a few others that I'm sure I would have liked just as much.
Aww.
And in that one, the line was, one day she decided to forget to take her pills.
Confession? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I had, okay, I'm in Houston, so everybody knows Ken Lay, but I was thinking that maybe he forgot to take his pills, you know, I don't know. I'm sorry about that. That song came from driving around Austin at 3:30 in the afternoon when you're dodging soccer moms who
I
have.
was so sure you were gonna say morning.
Oh no. But I'm usually up then. I just don't drive then. But yeah, when everybody is somehow driving with some sick combination of their resume and to-do list, like tattooed in their mindset, I'm usually the one puttering in the right lane, hoping that I'm not on your to-do list. So anyway.
This next one's called Sparks in the Wind. You might as well confess. Just get it off your chest. I know that red dress you like to wear. I know where you've been, and I know how this ends. I don't know why I still pretend to care. And I could have made you stay. I let you drift away. You just wanted me to say I loved you only. And you came to me that night, the thunder and the light. I didn't want to fight, but you provoked me. And you left me there alone, like you did the time before. We betray the ones we love, for those we love a little more. I heard you take the car. You won't have to go far to find out who you are without the ring. I never told you lies. I held you when you cried. But it's true, I never felt a thing. And the sky is turning gray as I watch you fade away, waiting for the day you disappear. And if you don't return, it's none of my concern. The world turns, but I stay here. And now everything is lost to a few sparks in the wind. As I watch our house burn down, I pray for rain again. Go on now, don't you worry about me. I'm hurt, but I'm still strong. Go on now, do what you have to, just go on now, dear. Run along. You say no one is to blame. Wish I felt the same. Your love only came in little flashes. We always were a mess, and though I did my best, all that I have left now are the ashes. And you left me there alone, like you did the time before. We betray the ones we love, for those we love a little more. And now everything is lost to a few sparks in the wind. As I watch our house burn down, I pray for rain. Again. Thanks.
Sparks in the Wind. Great tune. What record is that on?
It's on my first solo record, which is called Respectable Enemy.
Yay. And then, we are CurtisMcMurtry.com.
CurtisMcMurtryMusic.com.
There we go.
But CurtisMcMurtry.com does redirect there, even though I don't own it. I'm not sure who's doing me such a solid.
That's so awesome.
Yeah,
Seriously.
yeah, it's great.
Well, to whatever Curtis McMurtry that happens to be out there that might own that URL, there's a giant thank you coming from Houston tonight. Wow. I know for a fact that there's a lot of Jenny Reynoldses, and I'm Jenny with a Y, and there's also Jenny EY and IE and I am none of those. But so I'm JennyReynolds.com, and that's how you find us. And for those of you that are here, we have product by the door over there, and I guess Sparks in the Wind is on your first record.
It is.
Yeah.
I have 4 records for sale tonight.
Cool. I have 4 records out, but they're not all for sale because I didn't really know how much you guys were interested in antique collecting.
I always assume you're very interested in antique collecting.
Yeah. My garage is full of CDs. Those in my garage are my CDs. And in my house are other people's CDs. And I'm not really sure what to do with them. I do listen to them, but it's, I also have LPs and a turntable, so don't you want to come to my house? Most of the time when I listen to music, I'm listening on my phone, which just doesn't seem right at all, but anyway, that's where we're at these days, isn't it? Yeah. So I live with a recently turned 8-year-old Labrador Rottweiler mix whose name is Annie Oakley. I call her Oakley. Did you happen to see Oakley when we did our live stream?
No, and I was horridly disappointed.
Oh dear. Her tail sometimes makes an appearance in the live streams that are on Facebook. When she was being trained, I was telling people that I was learning just as much as she was. And really, she was a good dog unless she forgot herself. This next song is called I Forget Myself. There will always be a certain something about you, some part of me. I can't see life without you. There's people talking to me, but I don't hear what they say. There's people looking at me. I look the other way. As I forget myself, I wish I was someone else, someone who knows exactly what to do. I forget myself, I wish I was someone else, but I forget myself when I remember you. Red brick stranglehold, the city moves without me. Concrete cold, no sun above me. There ain't no dream for me now that would see the light of day. There ain't no dream worth a vow, worth all of my faith. As I forget myself, I wish I was someone else, someone who knows exactly what to do. I forget myself, I wish I was someone else, and I forget myself, and I remember you. And is it always gonna be the same? You feel the heat, or
but you never feel the pain. I forget myself. I wish I was someone else, someone who knows exactly what to do. I forget myself. I wish I was someone else, but I forget myself when I remember you. I forget myself when I remember you.
So my dog gets dumped too. You know?
Aw.
Yeah.
For this next song, I have to prepare my guitar, which I do by weaving a Metro card between the strings up near the bridge.
Not a debit card.
No, the debit cards are too thick, usually. I prefer the New York City Metro card because it's laminated and has this kind of flap. It'll make it sound like a shaker. I was inspired by the composer John Cage, who had these prepared piano pieces where he put bolts and keys and pencil erasers and chewing gum between the strings of the piano so as to modify the sound. You could kind of play with the left hand and get like a sound like trash can percussion and then still play a melody in the right. And people close to me told me not to put chewing gum between the strings of my guitar, so I opted for the Metro card. Sorry? We might have to turn it up just a little bit, maybe a lot. There we go.
Sweet.
I'm not really going to play a song with this, I just thought y'all should see the trick. We tell ourselves we will be chosen. If we draw lines we never cross, a silver world where nothing touches and nothing gets dirty or lost. But the Lord is a wolf, not a shepherd. There's no rope for us to hold on. There is only one path we can follow. We don't go anywhere when we're gone. So build your towers to the heavens. Nothing made is here to stay. Put up a stone to mark our bones. Till the wind wears it away. When I die, give me no coffin. Lay me naked on a hill. Leave my body by its lonesome. Let the vultures have their fill. The years will scrape away my voice and everything I ever knew. The dead don't care if they're forgotten, but the old they surely do. Build your towers to the heavens. Nothing made is here to stay. Put up a stone to mark our bones. Tell the wind wears it away. Tell the wind wears it away. Tell the wind wears it away. I'd love to patent these and sell them to guitar players. I think they would buy them.
Can I get a discount?
Yeah, for sure.
So I'm from Boston originally, and we have Metro cards that are called Charlie cards that actually they came out after I moved to Austin, so I never got to own a Charlie card, but there's this little piece of me that wants to get one and give it to you to see if it would sound different.
Those are a little thick too.
Oh yeah?
I've tried the Boston one. I've tried the
since
Charlie cards.
They're from Boston, they're probably thicker. Yeah, I get that now, yeah. Yeah, I think we're fine unless we talk baseball.
I have no allegiance, so we're probably cool.
Okay. Well, just being from Boston, and we just talk baseball briefly, the only thing I can say is that ever since we started winning, my whole life has been different. Because when I was a kid, we wouldn't just lose, we would historically lose. We would lose worst in the history of losing. They would run out of superlatives to say how badly we lost in multiple sports, you know.
Do you miss it, or?
Losing? No.
Yeah,
No, but
has it altered your identity substantially?
No, I can't say that professional sports has really anything to do with, but because it's okay, we probably shouldn't go down that road, but it would just be funny from a writer's perspective. They would literally run out of ways of saying how badly we lost. We would of course be playing the New York Yankees. We would have a 12-run lead and 2 outs in the 9th inning, and they came back and beat us. And they would be like, best comeback in the history of the Major League Baseball. And then it would be, how do we top that? Well, then the Patriots lost. And so they'd have to say things like, worst loss in the history of men throwing spherical objects at other men. I don't know how, but if we do talk Boston, maybe I'll get a Charlie card and put it between the strings of my guitar and see what it sounds like, because that was impressive.
Oh, thanks.
This is my first time, actually, the first time since 2001 at the Mucky Duck, and it is, I was here in 2001. That was 4 hair colors ago, and it's obviously a family business. This next song is about a family, and it's about a farming family. And the song is about what happens to a family when the family business, a farm, is affected by drought. And it's the title track of my most recent record, which is called Any Kind of Angel. She left home like a shooting star across the sky in her daddy's car. Silver light and a thumbnail moon. I watched her go, my only girl. She met a man and found the world. Ran away like lovers do. A farm can be a dusty hell when there ain't nothing in the well. Hasn't rained out here for years. The creek is dry, the cattle's gone. The bank says we are overdrawn.
She had to go relive my fears. Clouds come, but they don't keep their promise. Feel the wind, but the sky won't let go. Send me any kind of angel when I'm crying. I want someone to know. All my family's ever known, every day and birth to bone. Build a life from a farm. Work the land, sow the seed. Take only what you know you need. Never did no one no harm. Clouds come, they don't keep their promise. Feel the wind, but the sky won't let go. Send me any kind of angel when I'm crying. I want someone to know. Ain't no hope like a farmer's hope, every day and note for note. Always looking to next year. There ain't no love like a mother's love, no matter what her child has done. Love your own and keep 'em near. Clouds come, they don't keep their promise. Feel the wind, but the sky won't let go. Send me any kind of angel when I'm crying. I want someone to know. Clouds come, they don't keep their promise. Feel the wind, but the sky won't let go. Send me any kind of angel when I'm crying. I want someone to know. I believe, want someone to know. I believe, and I want someone to know. Thanks.
Clouds come, but they don't keep their promises. So good.
Thank you. Yeah.
It's really
I was in a lumber yard getting cedar for my sweater bag, which I never use anymore because, you know, Texas. And there was somebody, the lumber yard was a family business, and the guy was telling a customer they didn't have any 8-foot long boards because the trees were falling over and breaking in the middle of the trunk because of the drought. So they were having to cut back, and it just kind of made me think about farmers and fishermen and clouds that tell lies.
damn lying clouds.
It's those lying clouds, Curtis.
This next song is called Foxhole.
I like this one.
I saw you shining like a lighter in a foxhole, and without delay I put you in my sights. For many years I watched you dancing in my crosshairs, but I couldn't pull the trigger for my life. But then one day I got the stones to take your hand, dear, and I won you with a flower and a smile. Though all I had to offer was a fireplace and a face you learned to love after a while. And one day I was called to serve my country, and I went because I'd never been away. And I returned home with a bandage on my forehead and a memory that gets weaker every day. And now you never touch me like you used to, and my injuries don't even start to heal. And I was sure right then and there that I would lose you. Oh, how wretched your beauty makes me feel. And I used to think our love was but a trifle. I was surprised it lasted through the month of May. But now I am too old to lift my rifle, and you're still here to watch me waste away. My love, I've lost so many friends since we got married, and I know that you could say the same to me. I believe I was the first to ever catch you. Perhaps I should be the first to set you free. I saw you shining like the sunlight through the window, and the truth had started slowly sinking in. And I knew when I walked out the door this morning, I would never see your pretty face again. So don't go searching for my body in the cattails. Just be happy that I've found a place to rest. And by the time you read this letter, I'll be gone, dear. You know I love you, but this is for the best. You know I love you, but this is for the best. Thanks.
Song swaps are, at least for me, a total self-indulgence because I like to hear my friends' songs. And my favorite line, if I had to pick one, you know it, because when we did a live stream, it was my favorite line then too, is I think I was the first.
Oh, I believe I was
was
the
the
first
first.
to ever catch you. Perhaps I should be the first to set you free.
Ouch, man, I love your tunes, but I can't
Oh.
date you, man. That would be like,
Yeah,
Jesus.
fair enough.
Wow. I mean, that would just hurt. You know, I don't know. I like sad songs, but that would just be dark. I don't know what I'd do. Like, damn. But I don't know what we're gonna do about the whole. Jeez, wow. It's kind of like between Hemingway and Stephen King. And I love that.
Do you think Faulkner's maybe the midpoint? No, Faulkner's the far end of the spectrum. Stephen King's in the middle.
Yeah. Well, which one though? It's like my favorite Stephen King is actually his book on writing, where he's just so blunt, you know. And
I've only ever read bad Stephen King, like Airport Stephen King,
Oh,
like
yeah.
vampires and his version of Game of Thrones and stuff. Like I've never read all the Stephen King you're supposed to. I've read like the McDonald's Stephen King.
so, and like drive through, right? You know.
Yeah, in my defense, he referred to himself as the McDonald's of literature. That's not
yeah.
shade I'm throwing.
No,
That's
no.
self-awareness.
Yeah. So yeah, he's got this book on writing, which that's the title, and it's a memoir, but it's also about how to write. You know, he'll tell you writing tips and stuff. But he also has these great lines like, "Life is not a support system for art; it's the other way around." Wasn't that deep? That was not me. That was Stephen King. So I think the audio is cool because he reads it, and I'll be driving home this evening listening to it because it's fun to listen to that. But I think Foxhole sounds a bit like him, you know. And it would be Shawshank Redemption, him. Betty Grable in the Shawshank Redemption.
Never even seen the movie.
Ooh, it's a good story. Yeah.
I'm missing out on a lot of things.
It's kind of a novella, you know. It's not one of his longer books.
Novellas are great.
yeah.
Everyone underestimates them, but they're perfect.
I used to be a high school English teacher, and I taught freshmen and seniors. And it's challenging to teach seniors after they get into college because they still have to be there. They can't let their attendance records go, but they're really not there mentally. Wait, I'm sorry. We have any other teachers in the house?
I definitely let my attendance go second semester senior year.
Yeah. So we would read like, you know, John Grisham and Stephen King and just stuff that wasn't literature at all. The closer it got to literature, the worse I was going to have a time teaching it. So we would read like The Shining and that kind of Stephen King. And we read Betty Grable and The Shawshank Redemption. And we also wrote a short story of his called The Body, which is Stand By Me, that movie. Anyway, this song has absolutely nothing to do with that. How are you guys doing tonight? All right. This song is about a ballerina, and it's called Dance for Me. Don Quixote in Chicago, Giselle in Rio de Janeiro, city lights, hotel rooms, limousines. I'm a prima ballerina, Cinderella and Paquita, curtain calls, invitations, kings and queens. As a girl in Costa Rica, Senorita Estrellita, there were lessons, many hours up on toes. Dancing school in the city. After that I left my family. Marquee names, Footlight Roses, touring shows. My life means leaving people wanting more and more. Every scene there's a step, turn 1, 2, 3. All my friends and lovers live their lives for others. I only dance for me. Finish and pack for the next one. Moscow, Brussels, and London. River Thames and a boyfriend in the wings. Come see when we do Firebird. 2 weeks in Hamburg. If not then, maybe wait till next spring. My life means leaving people wanting more and more. Every scene there's a step,
turn 1, 2, 3. All my friends and lovers live their lives for others. I only dance for me. Paris apartment in twilight, time I used to be in spotlight at 40. I'm a teacher every day. Company says I'm retired, my soul makes them a liar. Should I now begin to feel my age? My life means leaving people wanting more and more. Every scene there's a step, turn 1, 2, 3. All my friends and lovers live their lives for others. I only dance for me. All my friends and lovers, they live their lives for others. I only dance for me.
True story.
Song's so good.
Thank you.
There's some, I think it's the F sharp. Are you keep it on the second? fret?
Yeah. It's
There's a
ringing
high note
sound.
that just sounds like a ghost piano playing with you or something. It's amazing.
I thought it
Like,
was
it's
you.
so cool.
Okay. No?
If only.
I don't. The piano's like way over there, so I figured. Yeah.
Oh, it's like a right hand part.
I heard that too.
It's so cool. Wait,
Wait.
do you not normally hear that?
No. I really did think it was you. No.
It was not.
No, I know, but then I don't know. Was it you? Who was
Was
it?
someone else? Did
Somebody.
someone else play?
Somebody like dashed off to the piano and played a random F
Ah.
sharp. Yeah.
That was super cool.
You know.
Do it again.
Okay. That was a change in the set list, so I have to write it down so that when I give my set list to Rusty, I'm like being all fair and legal and stuff.
This is a change too. I decided there's some songs where I tune the guitar a different way,
Uh-oh.
and I decided not to do those. Just be here forever. This song is called Ghost in My Bed. I've traveled all the world round, I've searched the hills and border towns, and I've found myself a hole to hide away in. I'll keep the barman company until the devil comes for me. I don't believe in Jesus or salvation. Sometimes when it's too dark to see, I swear I hear you calling me, but I suppose it's my imagination. You're a voice in my head, you're a ghost in my bed, from a place that I left a long time ago, and no matter where I run, you won't let me go. Let me go. Now I share my bed with another, and we never make love with the lights on. Her face never changes, and all of her words sound the same. She's nothing like you, but she loves me, and her lips are warm in the darkness. Sometimes it's all I can do to remember her name. So hard to say, so easy to miss the things we hide when those we kiss. Who's to say if I should feel ashamed? You're a voice in my head, you're a ghost in my bed from a place that I left a long time ago. And no matter whose arms I hide in, you won't let me go. Let me go. I've traveled all the world round, I've searched the hills and border towns, and I found myself a hole to hide away in. Say, Autumn, is the output from my guitar switching in the middle of songs, or no? Interesting.
Ghost in the Machine.
Yeah. Felt like it got a lot softer in the middle there. Interesting.
Yeah. I think the Ghost was playing an F sharp earlier. Yeah. I don't really have many protest songs. Being from New England and proximity to New York, I was supposed to have protest songs because we were very near Bob Dylan, and he wrote protest songs. And I like you guys, so I'm going to tell you a secret. I don't really care for Bob Dylan. When it really comes down to it, I kind of... What'd you say?
I said it's a safe space.
Okay, thank you.
You can say that here.
Okay, maybe I'll even not whisper it, but I kind of like Bob Dylan. I kind of like other people playing Bob Dylan more. And Bob, if you're listening, I really think you're swell. But I like Townes Van Zandt better, and I think that's why I came here. And the Cowboy Junkies kind of turned me on to Townes Van Zandt, and I thought it was. I mean, first of all, he can sing. That was that. But then, well, there's he does write a decent song. There's sort of that. But then Steve Earle, we have that, and we have Townes, and we have Willie, and New York has Bob. So I'm just digging a bigger hole for myself. So
I don't think so. I think you're in the right place to say all of these things.
Yay. Cool. Can we talk baseball now? But I did wind up with a protest song in some way or another because people were trying to come to our country across a border, and they wanted a better life. And who could blame them? If you're not happy and you want a better life, and you can see it 100 miles from where you are, you're going to want to go there. So this is about that. And this is about thinking there should be roads instead of walls to that better place. Still alive, no breeze, more gangs and blood on the streets. No work, no one left that we know, so we long for a place where gardenias will grow. There is a road running north, so I'm told, and we'll drive through the mountains when we leave what we know. Stay safe until I know you will cross the border and find us a home. Till then I will wait by the window and hope that I don't know a life on my own. There is a road running north, so I'm
I'm told. And we'll drive through the mountains when we leave what we know. We said we would go there. You left before me. Said you'd call from Laredo. When you left, I believe. Some nights I look at the stars and think, how long, where and how far does your hope bloom like roses or sting like a thorn? Guns rule our cities and we have been warned to believe in a road running north, so I'm told. And we'll drive through the mountains when we leave what we know. I still talk like you're somewhere. Won't believe you are gone. Make a wish of a worry and find you're alone. If you dream you're in heaven, are you finally home? There is a road. There is a road.
Tell us about yourselves.
Come here often?
Yeah.
Cool.
Everyone else, y'all regulars at the Duck, or try to?
How many times a week?
Are you real fans?
What was
Vernon's the only hardcore one here.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh. We're really happy you're here. Thank you.
Thank you.
So I'm from Austin, Texas, but for a very brief period of time, I lived in Nashville. And when I lived there, I tried to do a lot of co-writes with people because that's what you're supposed to do. If you're there, doesn't really matter what you're there for. And I found out I wasn't especially good at doing co-writes because most of the people that I was paired up with wanted to write pop country songs because either they had publishing contracts or they wanted one, and so it was all beer and trucks and dirt roads, and like I didn't dislike those songs, but I thought I could write them ironically and have success. But I found that most of the people that I met that were writing them like really believed that was their lives. Even when they were from Connecticut, they'd get to Nashville and develop the Nashville accent, which is really doesn't sound like the rest of Tennessee. Sounds closer to Georgia, like the showbiz Nashville accent. And one time I was writing with this guy, and we hadn't met before the co-write, so I'm just in his living room, and he's got two other people he's going to write with later that day, so we just kind of have to be quick. And so he meets me at the door. It's like, "It's great to meet you. I've already started the song we're writing today. The chorus is, first we hollered, then we swallered." And but it was good. He knew what he wanted, which is great. But I thought he was kidding, and I laughed. But he was like, "No, we're doing this." And we did, and it was just horrid, and like like bad by any metric. Like it wasn't a good bad pop country song either. It was just, and I take full responsibility because I held him back because I don't think I knew how to commit in the way that maybe I would now that I'm more mature. But or more desperate for money. I'm not sure. Same thing. No, never. But anyway, I went home from that co-write. Like, for one thing, like we finished it, and he had his 2 other writes to do that day, and we like both sort of non-verbally but mutually agreed to like never speak to each other again or like make eye contact even because that's how ugly our baby was. And so I like went home and wrote this song, which was supposed to be the antithesis of it. It would just be like, all right, you know, Blake Shelton would never sing this, or like would never end up on a Miranda Lambert record. I like Miranda Lambert. I don't mean that, but this wasn't gonna make it in Nashville, and so it felt good as catharsis to write it afterwards.
Play it twice.
Rebecca, I know there's nowhere to go. It all fell apart, but it happened so slowly I didn't notice that we were losing control. Rebecca, don't cry, I told you no lies. Yeah, I kissed you back, but I still don't know why. I don't think I love you, but I sure can get lost in your eyes. We don't belong to each other right now. Don't let me be the one keeping you down. And who do you go to when I'm not around? Is it someone I know? Rebecca, I see we'll never agree, and it's hard to be callous to someone so sweet. I don't want to hurt you, and I don't want you to hurt me. Rebecca, it's late and I can't let you stay. Besides, you still insist you don't want me that way. We tried to be careful, but lines in the sand blow away. Please don't pretend that you don't understand. I can't live my life in the palm of your hand, and when I'm in your arms, I forget who I am. So I think we should stop. Rebecca, I know there's nowhere to go. It all fell apart, but it happened so slowly I didn't notice that we were losing control. And then I moved back to Austin.
Do you still go to Nashville?
Yeah, I really like it to visit.
Yeah.
It's great there.
I like visiting there too.
I don't know.
Do you play that song there, like the Swaller and Holler song?
No. Also, someone else used that line before that co-write I did. Like, I found an older song later that already had that line as like the thrust of it. So I don't know if he had already heard that song or if that was just already floating in the atmosphere. But
He
It was
stole
actually probably good that that one didn't come to anything.
Yeah. So, I'm looking at my watch, and I think we had these rules when we started to play, and I think I've forgotten them all. But we're supposed to tell you when it's going to be our last song. And this is, we should have 2 rounds. Oh, this is not my last song then. So, right, we got another one after you. Okay, never mind. I'm going to play you this next song, which doesn't have any swallowing or hollering in it at all. I'm so sorry. And I really don't know what the origin of it is, except this might be the only song I have that might be remotely funny. And you have to wait all the way to the end to hear the remotely funny line. So don't go anywhere. This is called The Trouble I'm In. Father, help me, Father, oh, I need your blessing. It's been years since I've seen you, since my last confession. I've been reeling, I've been stealing from men who fell in love. Father, help me, Father, with that good Lord above. Ooh, Lord, bless me, for I have sinned. Forgive me, Lord, for the trouble I'm in. The first was a salesman, a blonde from the coast. Next was a lawyer, I enjoyed him the most, but the best was a gambler with a weakness for gin. The Lord made him thick, so I showed him thin. Oh, Lord, bless me, for I have sinned. Forgive me, Lord, for the trouble I'm in. Some say the dirt is on my own hands. I righteously claim I put myself where I stand. I'm a grifter, I'm a drifter, lady liar on the lam. Throw myself to the wind, and I live where I land. Ooh, Lord, bless me, for I have sinned. Forgive me, Lord, for the trouble I'm in. Ooh, Lord, bless me, for I have sinned. Forgive me, Lord, for the trouble I'm in.
Father, oh yes, Father, you're my man of the hour. You mustn't be grim, there's no need to be dour. You're a man with a woman and a moment of time. If you can't find salvation, come give sin a try. Ooh, Lord, bless me, for I have sinned. Forgive me, Lord, for the trouble I'm in. Ooh, Lord, bless me, for I have sinned. Forgive me, Lord, for the trouble I'm in. Forgive me, Lord, for the trouble I'm in. Forgive me, Lord, for the trouble I'm in. Thank you. Thanks to Rusty and Teresa and everybody for having us here. And Autumn's doing sound tonight. And Ray's behind the bar. Yeah, thank you. Either way, or just do a long one, or just do one. I'm happy.
I think I'll do this last one. This last one of mine, and then Jenny will do one more.
We could just do an impromptu cover of Bridge Over Troubled Water.
No.
No. That's like the song never to try to do together.
This one's my Spite Pop song. It's called Wrong Inflection. Let me confess this, I'm sorry, I don't mean to be aggressive, but when you hold my hand you look so restless, I can feel it in your eyes. Dear, it must be all in your head because I'm hiding nothing. I tell you everything, you still don't trust me. Am I so easy to despise? Sometimes you say the right words with the wrong inflection. So now I'm unimpressed by yesterday's perfection. It's hard to love myself with someone else around. So though you make me weak, I won't let my defenses down. I stay on my guard, 'cause every time we fight you push me too far. Stop insisting that I take things too hard. You know I bruise just like a peach. Love that's not true, don't pretend to know the pain I've been through. When everything you have was handed to you, you never even had to reach. Sometimes you say the right words with the wrong inflection. So now I'm unimpressed by yesterday's perfection. Don't sweep me off my feet. I like it on the ground. So though you talk so sweet, I won't let my defenses down. Thanks a bunch.
So that's CurtisMcMurtryMusic.com, right?
Yes.
All right.
We've got albums for sale in CD and download card form.
And you're on Bandcamp too, right?
All over Bandcamp.
Yeah, Bandcamp. You guys know about Bandcamp, right?
Bandcamp, yes?
Yeah.
No? Check it out. It's pretty much the best way to support independent musicians.
Isn't it?
I usually have a whole spiel about this, but y'all should know that Spotify and streaming music in general is kind of the devil. They pay us fractions of a penny per stream, and they are always lobbying to pay us less.
Right.
So really, if you buy it once, you're helping us more than if you streamed it hundreds of times. Just want to let people know this. If you buy it once, you can stream it guilt-free forever. So
Why rent when you can? There you go. Also, our friend Betty Sue is on Bandcamp.
yes,
And
most of our friends, I
yeah.
think, are on Bandcamp.
Yeah, and these people that are our friends can be your friends too, if you go to Bandcamp. Actually, a lot of people who like our kind of music listen to NPR, and one of my favorite NPR stories this year was called "A Tale of Two Ecosystems," and it's a comparison of Bandcamp and Spotify. And I can't think of a better way to explain this except to say, just go to Bandcamp and I won't tell you the long form of this story. You know, there's like really no other reason.
I'll say one more thing.
Please.
Bandcamp's been around just a hair longer than Spotify, but since its inception has been a profitable company, whereas Spotify is still functioning in the red with no plans to ever become a profitable company.
Right.
So one model clearly works, and the other one is just running on dreams and adrenaline. I don't know.
Whose dreams? Like, whose dreams? Like, it's not my dream not to
Not
get
ours,
paid.
yeah.
You know, like, is that your dream?
Anyway.
That is not a dream. That is a nightmare. like, okay, let me write more music that somebody won't pay me for. Then we'll just have to sing a song at the end of that one. Speaking of singing a song, thank you guys for coming out tonight. This would have been a funny looking rehearsal unless you were here. This
It's
is
nice to meet you in person, by the way.
Oh, I know you too.
We've never met. We've never been in the same space before tonight.
We did a live
we did
stream.
a Zoom thing once.
Yeah, which was also fun, but not as much fun as this. So maybe you should do it again if you don't think I smell funny or something. Oh, good, yay. Okay. Always nice to know that you don't smell funny. I think JennyReynolds.com is a great way to keep getting to know each other, and I hope to come back here again. And one of the things that I like to do is play Hank Williams music, because Hank is the original. Yes, he pretty much invented the broken heart. So right away I can identify. In the before times, I used to produce a show called Williams Night, which is a tribute to Hank and Lucinda Williams. And we would raise money for the Sims Foundation in Austin, which provides mental health services for musicians and their families. And the next time we do Williams Night will be the 10th time. And we were robbed of our 10th time in a row because of, well, why? We're going to do it again, and it'll be the 10th time. And at some point in the history of Williams Night, this was my contribution to it. And this is a pleasure to play for you, believe it or not, even though it's a very sad song. Thank you guys so much for coming out and supporting local music, and supporting McGonagall's Mucky Duck. Hear the lonesome whippoorwill, sounds too blue to fly. The midnight train is winding low.
I'm so lonesome I could cry. Have you ever seen a night so long? Time goes crawling by. The moon just went behind a cloud to hide his face and cry. Did you ever see a robin weep when leaves began to die? Like me, he's lost the will to live. I'm so lonesome I could cry. The silence of a falling star lights up a purple sky. And as I wonder where you are, I'm so lonesome I could cry. I'm so lonesome I could cry. Thanks, guys. Thanks for coming out. My name's Jenny Reynolds, and this is Curtis McMurtry.